Jacob's dad. How many of you kids take the bus to school? Or take the bus to the store, to the market?
Me sometimes.
You sometimes? Okay.
Me too.
Have you guys ever seen sometimes that when the buses are going and they get stuck, they pick up the phone or pick up walkie-talkie and start talking to somebody?
Yeah.
I'm that person they talk to. So whenever they have any problems, they call me and then I fix their problems. Whether it's the bus breaking down and then another bus comes real quick, I'm the person that handles that and makes sure that everything runs smooth so you guys can get to wherever you guys want to go to. Now, do you guys have any questions for me? What's up?
What happens? What do you do when the bus breaks down? What do you do?
Well, we get another driver to get a bus and go and help out the people that are waiting. And then I get a mechanic to go and fix that, to go and fix the bus. Yeah.
How many workers do you have?
Right there where I'm at, there's about 200.
Wow.
Yeah. But in Los Angeles, there's thousands.
When you bring the bus, when you bring the other bus, what happens if that bus broke down?
Then I do the same thing. I'll send another bus because it does happen. It has happened. I'll send another bus and we'll do the process all over again. Yeah. It's not gonna blow. No, because the type of gas that we use propane and it burns really clean and it's good for the environment. Go ahead. It's not my business. I work for the company. It's MV Transportation, and it's Dash. Have you guys ever seen those blue Dash buses?
Yeah.
And they have the MV right here. Yeah, that's who I work for. What's that?
How long do you guys work for?
It's 24 hours. So it's all day.
24 hours?
I only work for 8 hours or 10 hours, but there's always, if you go outside at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna see a bus going by.
Transportation buses.
The little blue ones, the Dash, the ones that look like the Metro buses, and also the other ones that look like minivans and they're like giant boxes. Those are to help out older people that can't walk or are in a wheelchair. This is a vest. Whenever you see somebody wearing this, if you're with your parents, tell them slow down. Because this is a safety vest, so that way the people that are on the street can see us. That's why it's so bright and so yellow. What's that?
Also for the
Every day they put gas in them. So they get used, and when they're done, they come back to us, and then we put gas and we fill up the tank all the way.
What happens if your radio breaks?
I have we have backup radios. We have 5 radios. So if one breaks, another one, and we make sure because we have to make sure that I'm in contact with the drivers at all times. Right?
Can they rob the buses?
Yeah, they can. And when they do, I call the police. And in my office, I have 2 screens.
What if they
One
take your
screen
phone
has a
away?
map. Huh?
What if they take your phone away?
They're not going to take my phone away. We have a security guard to make sure that
So, class, did you understand that if you were the bus driver, you're never going to be the one who calls the police?
Yeah, no, the driver doesn't call. The driver calls me, and then I have a map where it has a little dot, and I can see exactly where that bus is at.
What happens if the gas runs out and they don't make it to you?
If that happens, a mechanic goes out with the big gas tank, and then they hook it onto the bus and then bring it back. Or I send a tow truck. Have you ever seen those giant tow trucks? Yeah. So we bring that giant tow truck to tow a giant bus. For us, there's about 30 buses. But in Los Angeles alone, there's thousands of buses.
Do you get paid back?
Do I get paid back for what?
Like when you work, do you get paid back?
Of course, nobody works for free.
How much money?
No.
How
Pretty
much do you
good.
get paid?
Good amount.
Why did you want to get that job?
I wanted to get this job because I love helping people. So I love getting on the radio, helping out the drivers if they get into any problems. I love picking up people, making sure they can go to the store.
I thought it was because you like driving the bus.
He's not
I
driving.
used to drive. When I first started, I was a driver, and then I got a promotion. Huh?
No, that means you get
Never.
better.
I got a promotion, I moved up.
What inspired you to get into this
what inspired me to get into this job? Well, I was living at home and I needed to make some money, so I applied for a driver because it was the simplest thing because I didn't have an education. So once I became a driver, then I went back to school, I took some classes, and then I started moving on.
Are you the boss over there?
I wish. I'm not a boss, but I do supervise over 100 workers.
Do they hire from every bus, like a school bus?
No, I don't think so.
Every location has contract. So there's some contracts that are school buses only, and then they worry about the school bus. I do the dash buses, the buses that are in Los Angeles and in East LA.
I've seen this.
This chain? So nobody steals my wallet.
What
happens if people on the call the radio more times? What if people more times than once?
They can call as many times as they want because I'm here to help them.
Yeah, but like one is calling you, but what happens if two call at the same time?
What happens if 2 people call me at the same time? That's called multitasking.
Multitasking.
Yeah, I have to do 2 things at one time. I have to find out why one driver is calling, and I have to find out why another driver is calling, and I have to fix both problems really quick.
Or you could just get like 2 words and they could just do it.
No, because that's why they train me, so I can do those things and work with multiple drivers at the same time.
How many miles do you drive the bus?
Our buses drive about 100 miles a day.
What?
Each bus, and there's 30 buses, so it's a lot of miles.
Guys, can I cut in after this next question? I have one question. Go ahead.
Do they make you travel a lot?
Yeah, they do. They used to before, but yeah, with this job, you can travel to a different state to help out. If they need help, you can travel to another country because my company is all over the world. So.
My thought was, you were saying you were starting as a bus driver. I wanted them to understand what training is involved. I'm assuming there's a training program that goes when you want to do the bus, and then when you got promoted, it's another set of training. And you were mentioning going back to college. Is it an internal training program? Are they sending you for classes somewhere? How does that work?
There's both. So when you get started, you have to have your driver's license, and that you have to get on your own. Because when you're going up a driver's license, you have to have a driver's license. So when you come and work for us, we train you guys. We show you guys the safety protocols on what to do for whatever reasons, and then you have to go to the DMV and then take tests to get your commercial license to be able to drive the big buses. Yeah. Make sure everybody's safe. Every day when the buses are done, they come back and there's a whole nother team of workers waiting. Some of them put gas, some of them sweep the bus, and some of them wash the buses.
What happens if the train runs out of gas? It doesn't have the rated versions?
Have you seen the trains that they have these sticks with these lines on the top?
Yeah.
They're electrical, so they don't have gas. So they run. The electricity is infinite.
What happens if there is a train that's down, and then another train crashes into that train?
That's my job to make sure that all the trains are going the right way. So that will never happen.
Do you just handle buses, or do you handle something else too?
We handle buses, and then we handle smaller buses that help out elderly.
Had a bus ever crashed one?
Yeah, one time this driver fell asleep because the driver didn't get enough sleep at home. That's really dangerous because when the driver fell asleep, she hit a tree and a lot of people got hurt. So that's why it's important to get your sleep because if not, you don't pay attention. I send them a supervisor, somebody to go and be their eyes, to look and tell them, okay, go back, stop, turn, and it helps them out.
What happens when the engine of the bus blows up?
It doesn't blow up,
You
but
just did
what
that.
happens is it stops working. So I send a tow truck to tow it away.
What if
Didn't
someone
we just
shoots
did
it?
that?
He has a good question. What if somebody shoots it? So it has happened before. It has happened before where there's some bad person inside of the bus and there's a bad person outside and they shoot inside. Those people, they're bad. You have to be careful with them because they don't care. Yeah, they don't care if innocent people get hurt. Yeah.
Or they have like
Chorros.
Yeah, so that's why you guys need to not be bad. Hold on.
One time I saw a train crash.
Yeah, that's
on a
be-
newspaper.
it wasn't the train that crashed. What happened was a car was probably going and the car crashed into the train.
It
happened?
was on a newspaper. What happened if someone throws a rock at the window?
If somebody throws a rock at the window, I call the police and they arrest that person. Because you can't throw something at the bus because you can hit somebody. If they're drunk, if somebody's drunk on the bus, it's the driver's responsibility to make sure that he's safe and he gets to wherever he needs to go. Because it's better for him to be on the bus than drive.
What happens if like some spiky things get on the bus's wheels?
The wheels are this thick. So
What happens is like they have a lot of spiky things
Not-
to like stop that. What if
nothing,
there is
because
a
the
lot
tires
of
are
them?
that thick. So if a nail goes through, nothing's gonna happen. The tires are really, really thick.
What if they're like a lot like that and then there's like long ones?
Nothing's gonna happen to the bus. The bus will keep going.
What if it's longer than the wheel?
Then the tire pops, and then the mechanic goes and changes the tire.
Can those buses to like Mexico and all that?
Yeah, you can go anywhere in the US.
But that'll take like 2 minutes.
South Vegas?
Like, have you guys been to Disneyland?
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Okay, remember when you went to Disneyland and you have to walk somewhere and then you get into like a tram?
Oh yeah.
Okay, my company is the one that does that. Yeah, so where I work at, we deal with Disney.
Oh my God. So you're on Disney?
What's up? What's up?
How long is your bus?
The buses are 44 feet.
Oh wow.
Now you know what that means. How about it?
I love it. I love it because you never want to do the same thing. You always want to keep moving up. And even right now, I'm going back to school to be a safety manager. And then from a safety manager, I want to be a general manager. I want to move up. You got to keep moving up.
Those vests, they have those with you for in case somebody comes, they can see those
Yeah,
lines.
that's right here. So when the headlights hit this, they shine.
Oh, I see.
What's up?
What do you like control like all the like do you I can't who controls yeah no
Who controls the buses?
no like the levers are you the boss of all the bus?
I'm not the boss, but I'm the one that makes sure everybody's safe. Yeah, wherever the drivers, they already know where they're going. So if you want to go to Mexico, you look for a bus that's going to Mexico, and everybody goes in the same direction.
What if a cop, there's a guy that is running, and then what if a cop misses and hits the bus, like shoots the bus right in the wheels?
Then more cops will come.
I know.
Because you know when I'm a dispatcher, so I'm the person that the drivers call. And you know how when there's an emergency, you have to call 911.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna talk to somebody like me, a dispatcher, who's gonna call an ambulance, who's gonna call the police and tell them, hey, this is going on.
A firefighter.
A firefighter, yeah. Those are dispatchers. The dispatcher is the person that tells the cops or tells the workers that what's going on. Yeah.
and no technology, you can't contact to them. Yeah, like everything wasted and like a blackout. And there's nobody there. You can't contact.
I have a map and I can see where they're at all the time, so I can send somebody to
What
them.
if does
Help
your
them.
map, does the bus have something for you to see the map?
Yeah, it's called a GPS.
What if the blackout goes on?
GPS breaks.
They have 2 GPS.
What happens if there's a blackout, like in your work, that you can see the map or
If there's a blackout at my job and it has happened, then I have a radio that works on a battery, so I can still talk to the drivers. And I have to write everything down until they get the power up.
What happens if you're stuck in the middle and the map brings goes back and you can't find them when the map's down?
I have all the drivers' cell phone number, so I call them on the cell phone and they can tell me where they're at and I can send them closer to the people. Yeah. We have a giant yard that's about the size of the playground, and it has a giant gas station inside. So the buses go in, and then they put gas, and then they park.
how those have you worked there?
I've been working there for 7 years.
How long is your how long is your lunch break?
1 hour.
What happens if you lose communication with other people?
I have a cell phone on my cell phone, and I can call them on their phones.
Also, like, also do you have any battery? Yeah, you could, like, isn't there a charger, like, for the telephone, and you could just charge it, and you could just use the telephone?
Well, the good thing is that hasn't happened yet, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does happen, I'll have to figure it out because it's my job to figure it
Like,
out.
you could just charge it, so I don't know what to stop when someone wants to get out.
The buses have
Oh, they
cords.
have those yeah.
Yeah, so if you pull a cord on the driver's dashboard, there's a little light that blinks. So the
That means to
driver
stop.
that means to stop.
Do you like your job?
I love my job. I love helping people.
Hey, do you work for the bus that has like the black thing in the middle or without the black?
The one that has the box, you mean? Yeah. Yeah. The drivers, they have the box.
What happens if a fire happens in a bus?
Then all the buses have emergency exits, and all the doors they open, and everybody can get out. And then the firefighters come. Yeah, there's one on the top too.
I have to climb the pole.
Yeah.
What happens if nothing works? You can't even contact the 911?
The drivers, they have to find out a way to call me. Have you seen the payphones? They're on the street. I know there's not too many.
Oh,
But you put a quarter in there, and then they'll call me.
Yeah.
And they'll call me to my phone. Yeah.
What happens if the power goes down and you can't and the whole building doesn't have power and you can't find when the bus driver's out when the bus breaks down?
They call me on my phone.
Yeah, you know. What if it's nighttime
Huh?
and there's a blackout?
Then I have to use a flashlight.
What if you can't find the flashlight because it's too dark?
Well, the way we have everything set up, we have everything ready in case of emergency. So I know where that flashlight is.
I was wondering, sometimes I'm sure there's a driver who, in the middle of his or her route, is not feeling so great. Just need to, they can stop their route, call you, and then it's you who sends out a replacement.
Yeah.
And
So
they
if they're
switch
not,
places.
if they're tired or they're sick or they get a family emergency, I send the supervisor to go and start driving, and then they can come back in the car and they can go.
And Yola, right there.
I call the police. And the driver has to find a way to get out. It has happened. It can be really bad, a bad accident. That's why you have to be really careful when crossing because the buses, they're really big and they don't stop fast. So you have to be really, really careful because they got. Yeah.
What time do you have to wake up to go?
I work at night sometimes. So sometimes like at this time at 12 o'clock I go to work, and then sometimes I'll go at 3 in the morning.
Job for you, Mom.
What happens if your bus doesn't
We have a lot of backup buses.
What happens if the doors stop?
They have a lever that they can pull, and they'll just make the doors open.
Like this, like this.
Yeah. If they break, then I'll send a mechanic to go and then fix it. They fix it really fast.
When you say computers,
Another dispatcher. There's a lot of dispatchers. So if I get sick, somebody can cover me. If they get sick, they'll call me to come in, and then I'll come in. We have to work like a team. We have to work together. Yeah. It's one big door. The pipe's on top of the bus, so they can't reach you. Then they're color police.
Guys, we're going to have to kind
George.
That's a very kind.
George.
What are you saying?
Hold on. He had a question. What was it?
What about when the battery of the truck, the bus truck, like died and then what? The bus can't move anymore.
We have a team of mechanics that fix the bus.
Gas.